Hey guys, things are just getting so interesting day by day, aren't they? Um, so I wanted to do this video because I myself am in the exact same position that a lot of you are in, and I want to just spread some encouragement because this has happened to me a few times where things just abruptly end, or you have these, tower moments. But what I want to say is that everything that is happening right now is for our good. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but it definitely is. It's just getting through the transition period. So, as things are unfolding, I don't know if you guys feel this, but God speaks to me very clearly and has for a few years, very clearly. And, it's clear that the fear-based systems are going away and we're in this transition period. But we have a choice. We have a choice now, and that is whether we want to become a victim of the circumstance. And that is, different for every single person. But, for instance, if you have lost your job and you don't have any income coming in right now, are you going to hang on and wait for, your job to hopefully come back? Or are you going to take action and create a new way for yourself? Okay. So I wanted to just talk about the love-based systems now. And basically what that is that you follow your heart. And every single individual on this entire planet has a unique path specific to them and their gifts and their talents. It's not like anyone else's. And that's why, when you look at someone else and maybe compare, it's like apples and oranges, because that's not your path, So many of us have taken the path of, the same path almost, right? And so that's why most people just, are not happy because they're really not doing what they truly want to do. So that's what the love-based system is. And it's basically you doing what you're most passionate about. Okay. So we all have the opportunity right now to create that life for ourselves. Or you can fall victim to the old ways. So, I don't know if you've seen the news, but already today and yesterday, so many people are talking about, this virus is not going away, you guys. Like, it is here to stay. It's, that infectious and that quick. And it amazes me how people are like, oh, we'll just be able to go back to work like it was. But the virus is here. So now that it's here, it will remain here. It's not just going to magically disappear. And so, until they're able to come out with some sort of vaccine, which could take anywhere, they're saying right now, 18 months to 2 years. And even then, giving the vaccine to kids or whatever on the first trials and runs like that, I mean, that's just, yikes. So, are schools really going to come back online? And so people are questioning this right now, and they're saying a lot about it. And You know, I absolutely know 100% that it will never be the same. And I think that that is a great thing. So many people were miserable, you know. I know I was one of them, going to work every single day, doing something that I didn't like just because I had to have a paycheck. And it was crazy. And luckily I got kicked out of that system. And then it was really hard to find a way, because that wasn't like, I was going through it at a time where no one else was really going through it. But funny enough, as I'm going through it again, luckily I just don't have the fear and worry like I did the very first time. But what I was doing for income has completely stopped as well. And, you know, it's like I could fight the system, you know, and be like, no, you know, this is how it has to be and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, in the end, that's only going to hurt me, because truly, honestly, when, you know, when God says that it's over, it's over. I mean, you could fight it and try, but it really is not going to help you very much. And things just end up getting a lot worse. I know from personal experience. So, you know, whether you believe in God, the universe, spirit, you know, I love to tell people that, you know, God, you can call God whatever you want, because he doesn't have an identity crisis. We're the ones that have the issue with the names. But really, it is the one source of pure light energy that is the creator of the heavens and the earth. And a lot of times that's how I like to describe it, as the creator of the heavens and the earth, because that is no questioning, you know. Anyway, back to the creator. And basically, this is something that I'm going to do as well. And I want to show a different way of living. And so I am going to, over the next 30 days myself, create a brand new business from scratch, starting tomorrow. The homeschool that my kids are doing is not really working out. And, you know, it's awesome, but I want to try a newer, a different system, a different approach, a more love-based approach, only because I see that that's where the future is headed. And if I can get my kids acclimated to that now, all the better. But, you know, I have 3 kids, and, you know, I homeschool, and it's really hard, you know. But I think the reason it's so hard is because, you know, I'm trying to keep them in that old system just at home. And so, you know, that's kind of why I want to change it up myself and do more of a love-based system, which is kind of like unschooling. You know, I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's basically where, you know, you explore with the children and they get to find the things that really light them up through exploring and play. And when they find those things that really light them up, they pursue more higher learning in those areas. And, you know, of course, basic reading and writing and you know, things like that. But other than that, they really just get to pursue their passions. And that's where, you know, the world is headed. So it's a love-based system where we actually get to do the things that we love, that really light us up, that set us on fire, that excite us, and we'll actually get to make a living doing these things. So I want to document my journey. So I'm going to be doing the homeschooling and creating a business from zero to, in the next 30 days. I just want to show that it's possible. And, unconditional love is absolutely here. And when you jump on board with these newer ways of living, listen, God backs you up, and, or the universe backs you up. Source energy backs you up. And so you'll know it too, which is so cool. Because you will absolutely know, like, you can just feel it, you can feel the energy around you when it's like you're finally doing something you really love, and for other people too. So it's like, it's just awesome. But the most important thing is, finding what lights you up and really pursuing that. I'm just going to document my journey, but yeah, it's, you have a choice whether you want to try to stay hanging on to this old system, which will really kind of drag you down and put you into that victim mode. Because, it's just not fun when, you want to hang on to something, but it's no longer there. So it's not fun. But see, that's what I want to kind of show, is that it is absolutely possible. I know when this first happened to me, the fear and the worry of it was more like just my belief, my belief in it is, could I do it, because when you're like going and having to do something that's completely unknown, it's scary, it's really scary. And so it's so much better when you can actually see the progress and the progression yourself and see that it is possible. And so I want to encourage you to not sit around and wait, to not fall victim to the old things that are dying, but to create the new for yourself out of love. And I'm going to be doing the exact same thing. And I will tell you, like, there's such a period of acceleration right now on this, that, just following me or implementing your own systems and not just sitting around waiting for certain things to come back online, things like that. It's really, it's going to be super successful for you. And the acceleration on it is huge. And so, I just want to encourage you guys, and, watch me. I'm going to document it as best I can. I don't know how yet, because, that's how God works. It's like, he tells you, okay, do this, and then I'll show you the next step. And that's a love-based world, because it's not striving, it's, I get to do this one thing, and then I get to, rest. And it's kind of nice to have it like that. Like I said, it's going to be really interesting. I'm just going to document me completely going from zero in a lot of these systems, including my health. I am absolutely, this spiritual awakening journey for me has been so emotional that I have packed on some pounds, and I'm really super excited to get the heaviness off. So I'm also going to be completely doing that system of transformation in my health, transformation in my business, and transformation with my kids and their school. And ultimately it will lead to just in so much better relationships of my whole family. Because it does, when you're actually spending time together and encouraging each other to do what you truly love, to follow love, to not follow money or the crowd or, what anyone else tells you, or fear. When you actually follow love and trust and hope and perseverance and, your passions and your joy, then it is 100% backed up by God. And it just, this next 30 days is going to be a huge period of acceleration. So get ready. Get ready for the acceleration. I will say that with acceleration comes things falling away quickly as well. So what may look like acceleration in creating something new, also things that are falling away are accelerated as well. So, that's where your belief, and I think I'll work on that the first thing tomorrow, because I'm going to start documenting this tomorrow, but is really belief and putting those blinders on, because the more things that are happening in the world, it creates in you, just on a natural level, more fear. And even for myself, it's like when you don't have any income coming in and you don't qualify for unemployment, it's like, okay, nothing's coming back online. What is everyone going to do for work? It just gets more intense. And so, I encourage you to really stop watching the news. I know it's so hard. And honestly, I rarely watch it. And even I today just heard in passing about the meat companies that are closing down. And so, that is crazy too. But I want you to know that when you choose love and you are not following, you're not doing things because of money or fear or things like that, you are absolutely 100% protected. And, that's the thing that you have to know, is that you have to trust. You have to trust, and not watching the TV, getting rid of that news, and really just putting your blinders on and focusing on creating a new life for you. And it has to start with you first, and then it will obviously spill over to your family and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing this and I really hope and encourage you to please watch, follow, subscribe, like, whatever you have to do to follow this journey, and also maybe just jump on board with me, because Spirit is leading me, and that means that it's important. So but it's absolutely possible. And on the other side of it, you guys, it's freedom. On the other side is serious joy, like you've never experienced before in your entire life. You may think you're happy right now, but we've all been wearing a mask. That literally people are wearing masks now, but we've all been wearing a mask of happiness. This false happy on the outside, but really when we come home, we're screaming at everyone because we hate our job, or our relationship is driving us crazy, so we take it out on the kids, or however it looks like for you. But, you know, same for me on this spiritual journey. It's been like such high emotional ups and downs that a lot of times it's a lot of solitude, and then, you know, pushing past these ego things, you get really frustrated and angry, and that's okay though. I had to learn that that's okay. But the emotional side of it all is really hard. So hold me accountable, I'll hold you accountable, and it's absolutely possible. But on the other side of this is that freedom, and then, you know, you can really look at, you know, and it just expands to everyone around you, and they say, oh my gosh, like, okay, that's what I want, you know, how did you do that? You know, and then you get to turn around and really help people. So it's really super cool. But enough of my talking. I'm just so excited to transform myself and the systems that I've been living under that weren't exactly love-based as well. So super excited, and I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll see what we're doing. All right, have a good night.